Okay, so hello, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. In today's video, I'll be drawing a drawing of Belle, so a Disney character or Disney princess. And this is a new series I'm going to start on my channel. So you can pick up a pencil case and your sketchbook and draw with me if you want to. And let's just get started. So as you can probably tell, I've already sketched out a drawing of Belle. And also the beast, you can just see his hand. And I've done some sketches on the side before I decided that I wanted to go with this concept. So I'm going to basically draw her dress, ink it, and then color it in. So I did a sketch off camera just to be sure that I was happy with it. So let's just get started. Okay, so I'm just going in and sketching out some of the dress because I hadn't really decided what I wanted to do with Belle's dress. Because if you have watched the movies or am at any way interested in Disney, you probably know that a lot of people was disappointed with the live action movie and Belle's dress because it wasn't as big and fluffy and, in my opinion, sparkly as Cinderella live action's dress. And so I decided to kind of make my own version of the dress. I started drawing like a rose, but then I decided that that wasn't really fitting, and then I started with this pleated skirt. So this is the idea I wanted to go with because I wanted the dress to be quite simple, but at the same time I wanted it to be big and flowy and has some glitter on it, of course, because it's me. Hello. Who are you talking to? Like, yes, I love glitter. I will take glitter on anything. So we had to do some glitter on Belle's dress, of course, and I decided to make it bigger than the live action version of the dress because I just wanted to make it my own. And the off-shoulder part I really like because I think it really makes like the neckline kind of more interesting, and it reminds me of the Cinderella dress, just more simple. And yeah, I decided to just go in and sketch some things and then just erase it, and you can see like the beast's hand on the side, which is kind of awkward, but I didn't want to draw him because I think that would be really difficult, especially if he was still the beast. Like, how would I draw that? I don't know, he's like a lot of fur and stuff, and I think that's really hard to draw. So I decided to just go with the whole idea that we can just see his hand. So I just found like a picture on Pinterest where Emma Watson was dancing with him, and just took some inspiration from that with the pose, and then I just changed off the dress completely because in that scene she's wearing she's wearing a white dress with a ton of colorful flowers, and her hair is kind of up in a bun and stuff, and I wanted to do like the classic yellow Belle dress, which you probably saw in the thumbnail. I'm not sure, but I also experimented with the way I drew eyes this time because I drew this kind of eyelashes to the side, if that makes any sense. So like to the side she's looking, the eyelashes up, kind of pointed that way. And that's kind of typical for Disney, at least what I have seen. Belle kind of has like more eyelashes than I drew, but I decided to go with like the classic Disney eye sort of thing, and I think it turned out really great. I have been experimenting a bit with my own style, and I really like the way these eyes turned out. I just think she looks a bit bored because they're a bit too close, so she doesn't look like quite happy to be dancing. But honestly, if I was the one dancing in a big heavy dress, I wouldn't be that happy either, so I think it's fine. Oh, there you can see my head, that's nice. But I just imagine having like this big heavy dress. Like, as an actor that would be pretty hard, right? So I understand why they made like a more simple version, but I also understand that a lot of people didn't really like the live action version. If you haven't seen it, just look it up. It's quite something. It has like many layers, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry. But it is cool. Like, yes, it is a pretty dress and all that stuff, but I need big, I need fluffy, I need a ton of layers, like impossible to wear and not realistic at all, because what are we watching when we're watching Disney? We're watching things that are probably not that realistic, so just go all in. But yeah, so I'm actually quite happy with the way the dress turned out in my drawing, and also the hands, which is kind of been a problem for me lately, drawing hands, but today they went pretty well, so I'm really happy with that. Like, both her hands look quite good, and then when she's holding like the beast's hand, it looks kind of weird because I tried to zoom in on the picture, but the picture was taken from far away, so it was really hard to see how their hands were like holding, or how they were holding each other's hands is probably right. But I just decided to do something, so it kind of looks like he's grabbing her by the hand like really hard, but it's fine. I'm not that good at hands, I'm just practicing. And then I also drew this other hand, and I changed the way it was placed because I made the skirt a little bit tiny or smaller on accident, so I just decided to go with it and just draw the hand closer to the skirt so it wouldn't look weird, because her hand is kind of standing a bit apart from the skirt to give it room so she can dance and do stuff like that. And her hair is kind of like up in this half updo, so she has like a bun, and then she has a ton of loose hair. So Belle has this really thick, fluffy brunette hair, brown hair, that's the word, yeah, brown hair. And I think her hair is just like so beautiful, and I really wanted to emphasize the way that her hair would move. So like I wanted to give it some more life. I wanted it to be like kind of in the moment, flying around and stuff. So I gave her really big hair and also a little bit crazy, but I think that suits her. And then I did this pleating in the skirt, so I had to go over the lines because at the start they looked really like unsure, like I was just placing some lines by accident, so I just had to go over it one more time to make it not look weird, because we don't want that. And then I also decided to make some more movement in the fabric, and then I decided that the top was kind of boring, because it is kind of boring. So I wanted to go in with this like pearl chain underneath her bust. Is that what you say? I don't know. But on her upper body she has like this chain of like pearls, and I think it looks really cool, and I think like it made the dress more 3D, or it looks more dimensional, is probably right. And it also gives it more shape in the top, because like the skirt is really structured, and you can see it more when I colored it. I colored it like it was kind of folds in the skirt, you know, and then the top was just really plain, so I decided to add some pearls for some interest, and I think that really helped. And then I also did another part, which you can see when I color. I made like some stripes to just make it more interesting, and I also gave her some gloves, which I originally hadn't planned on, because I don't know, I never really imagined Belle being one who wears gloves, but like she's a Disney princess and a lot of them do, so why not? And then I thought it would make it more interesting, and also so that her skin color doesn't blend in with like the bee skin color, just in case. So I just thought that would be a nice touch. And then I went in with my markers, and this is when it's going to be interesting, I think. Because I found this brown marker which I really liked, and then I did some shadows with another brown marker which is a bit darker, and I really spent a lot of time coloring this time, which makes me kind of mad because it is in my sketchbook and not like on a piece of paper which is outside of my sketchbook, so like it's forever going to be inside my sketchbook and not hung up on the wall or something, which is kind of sad because I am really happy with it, but it's fine. So you know, if someone wants to see my sketchbook, they will at least see some decent artwork in there. And I have been putting a bit more time into making finished illustrations in my sketchbook, especially because this is a moleskin sketchbook. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it is like an expensive sketchbook which has like really thick and creamy paper. Not creamy, that's weird. It has like cream colored paper. That's right. And it is a bit more expensive, and I tend to use it more for like some sketching on the go and then finished illustrations like this one. And I think like it was the only sketchbook I could get my hands on that was decent and to my standards, so I'm happy that I got it. I was actually looking for like a cheaper one, which is like the Sakura one. I've had that before, and it is really good. It's like so much cheaper than Moleskine, and it is basically the same quality, a little bit smaller, a little bit different paper, but very good. So I was really disappointed when I didn't find that, so I just had to go with this one. But you know, Moleskine is the best, and or not the best, but it is very good, and it holds markers really well. I had to like put this piece of cardboard underneath just in case it would bleed through the pages, because I don't want that to happen, because this is expensive and I want to just draw in it slowly so I can have it for a long time. I know if that sounds weird, but that's me. I don't really want to use up this sketchbook that fast because I'm afraid that I will have to buy another one and then it's going to be expensive. So yeah, I'm just taking my time and making illustrations that I'm proud of, and that's making me push my boundaries and doing new stuff. And I'm not really used to doing finished illustrations in my sketchbook, because I always think that nobody's gonna see my sketchbook, so why would I spend time doing like extreme artwork in there? But I have changed, and I think it is really fun to do like finished illustrations, especially in the sketchbook. I also used some of my pro markers, which I haven't used in a while, so that was really nice. I don't think you've seen me use them that much on my channel, so I think it's really nice that you can see that I'm using different kinds of markers, different brands, and it's all working really great together because they're all alcohol based. And I'm using this Copic one to do the skirt, and I tested the markers on the other page, which you can probably see in the corner, just to make sure that the shades were right, because this shade of yellow especially is really really bright on some paper, and on this paper it was kind of dull, so it was really weird. But I really liked the color in the end, and I think it was just perfect for the dress. And I like that Belle has like this yellow dress, because I think it really stands out and it really makes people recognize her. Or yeah, that's what I think of when I think of Belle, is like books, brown hair, and then this yellow dress, which is kind of iconic. So yeah, but you can see me do these stripes that I talked about. So this kind of made it like a corset effect. You can't really see it that much right now because the marker is kind of light, but I'm going to go over it later and you're going to see it more. And I think this just made the dress so beautiful and so detailed, and I love the way it turned out. I love the way I colored the skin and I colored in like a blob in the background and the beast's hand, and you know, everything came together really well. And here's the glitter pen. It is kind of hard to pick it up on camera, but this is how it turned out. I'm so happy with it. I'm so glad that you watched the video. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be posting a new video on Sunday if I have time, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye, take care, bye.